There is a proverb that says, "Better to eat bitter bread in a house where there is love than to sit at a banquet and feast in a mansion where there is no love." Welcome to our cosmic journey, everyone. Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, February 23rd through Saturday, March 1st, 2025. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Our fabled February night sky for a brief moment at the end of February will give us a spectacular celestial view of 7 planets lined up. This planetary parade will occur shortly after sunset on February 28th. It will be the last time this phenomenon occurs until 2040. This full planetary alignment will see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune splayed across the cosmos for all to see. The best time to witness this unforgettable celestial phenomenon is just after sunset, when the stars begin to appear in the sky. The red planet Mars will appear in the east, Jupiter and Uranus in the southeast, Venus, Neptune, and Saturn in the west. Even people in cities and light-polluted areas will be able to see most of the planets. But for the best views, it is advisable to find a darker location. Almost all of the planets will be visible to the naked eye except for Uranus and Neptune, which will require binoculars or a telescope. Elusive Mercury, which hasn't been seen, will rise above the horizon after twilight. Taking the time to observe this planetary parade can be beneficial for a person's general well-being. Beside the fact that they're just gorgeous and stunning to see, stargazing has many tangible benefits. Engaging in the night sky encourages mindfulness, allowing us to momentarily detach from the daily stresses of life and immerse ourselves in the present. This practice of stargazing can foster a sense of peace, restoration, perspective, seeing the bigger scope of it all. The next 7 planetary parade will not happen again for 15 years. Several observatories will be offering live views of the planetary parade on February 28th, and here in Los Angeles, that's a definite trip to the Griffith Observatory. One of the many things that I love about the Griffith Observatory is that upon completion of the construction in 1935, the Griffith Observatory was given to the city of Los Angeles with the provision that it always be operated for the public with no admission charge. Everyone is welcome at the observatory for free and to enjoy. The 7 original planets first used in astrology, or the OGs as I call them, that you can see without aid of binoculars or telescope, just like the first original astrologers did, they are starting off the week lined up as such. We've got the sun in mutable water Pisces ruled by Jupiter. The moon is in her detriment in cardinal Earth Capricorn. Mercury is in Pisces, its fall and detrimental placement. Venus is in her detriment in the sign of Aries, ruled by Mars. Mars is in its fall in cardinal water Cancer. Jupiter is in its detriment in Gemini, ruled by Mercury. And Saturn is in Pisces, Pisces being ruled by Jupiter. Sunday, February 23rd, we have Mars stationing direct, and then on March 1st, we have Venus stationing retrograde. The bottom line is this: wherever there is no love, leave. Now, we can break this down astrologically, which we're going to do together, but the bottom line is, whatever the circumstances are, if you don't feel welcome, if you don't feel loved, if you yourself do not love, it doesn't matter what. the circumstances are. Where there is no love, leave, end it. This is the Mars in Cancer, Venus in Aries. Now we can break it down a little bit, but that is what it is in its simplest foundational essence of what the astrological energy, the cosmos, is putting a highlight on for us to see and be aware of. So as we start off the week on Sunday, the Sun's Day, February 23rd, we have the moon in her detriment in the sign of Capricorn. When the moon is in exile, the furthest away from where she functions at her best, where she feels comfortable and happy and content, where you are connected to your emotions and how you feel. When the moon is in Capricorn, this is the furthest away, not only from the moon being in her natural home placement, but the moon in Capricorn is feeling responsible for everybody else's feelings except yours. With the moon placement in Capricorn, or for people that were born with the moon in Capricorn, this feeling of being so highly ambitious, so many goals to achieve, because then you will finally feel worthy of being loved. This is the moon in Capricorn. It's like I have to earn my way, accomplish my way of being loved. I have to earn my way home, back to the moon's natural home placement, where what I need and how I feel is of a top priority. I deserve to have my needs met. I deserve to feel what I feel and have my feelings. This is when the moon is in a favorable placement. The moon in a favorable placement is, of course I make myself happy first. Of course my needs should and will be met. Of course I am deserving and feeling worthy that my needs and wants, the moon, should be fulfilled. It's not confused when the moon is in a good placement as far as, I don't know how I feel. I don't know what to do. Because everybody else, I am responsible for them and how they feel before my own feelings and wants and needs are considered. The moon is the baby, the infancy needs. The moon, of course, is also Luna, the nurturing mom. Babies don't sit there and think and try to figure out, should I scream because I'm hungry and I need the bottle? Or should I throw a temper tantrum or not because I want to be held and comforted? Of course not. The moon is instinctual. It's not intellectual. It's just how you feel what you feel. This is the moon. And you're not ashamed, embarrassed, or beating yourself up because of what you want, how you feel, and what you need. Mars, the lesser malefic, which has a job to protect. Mars is to take things away whose time has arrived to be gone. Mars protects in the sense that if I don't take certain things away, it will be poison, like pulling up the weeds in a garden, and it could kill you. Now, when Mars is in Cancer, super sensitive Cancer that says, I feel. Mars, along with the moon in Capricorn, is feeling ineffectual, lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act. Sometimes we just have to be connected to our Mars energy and take action. If you were to see a child or an animal or whatever the circumstances, that innocent being is being harmed, you would take action with Mars at its best. We wouldn't sit there and try to analyze or feel sorry for the perpetrator. Action is needed at certain times, not feeling sorry for the crime or the criminal or whatever it may be that is causing harm. So Mars is the masculine protective boundary, action taken at the appropriate time and under the right circumstances. For instance, like here in Los Angeles, where we had these, I can't even begin to describe these horrific fires. The firemen, thank you so much, The firemen and women, they didn't sit and analyze and feel sorry about what was going on when it was happening. They had to take action and protect, which they did sublimely. We can't say thank you enough here in Los Angeles, or whatever the circumstances is where you live. There is a time to get something done. This is the Mars energy at its best. So the Mars in Cancer stationing direct is starting to move the Mars forward until it goes into Leo. As far as what do you do? How do you feel? That inner masculine is not in balance, and we all have the inner masculine and feminine. It doesn't function well when it is in its fall placement of cardinal water Cancer. Now, cardinal wants to get something started, wants to take action. That's cardinal, the cardinal signs. But when it's in Cancer, it's not performing the job it is supposed to do. So Mars is stationing direct in Cancer on the beginning of the weekday when the moon is in her detriment and feeling lost as far as connected to your feelings just to begin with. The moon in Capricorn makes an opposition separating aspect to Mars in Cancer. These are upsetting feelings, but you may not do anything about it yet, but you're at least knowing that something is upsetting and agitating you. Again, moon in Capricorn and Mars in its fall is the feelings, but you may not know what action to do or take because of the placements of the planets. Both Cancer and Capricorn being cardinal signs of the zodiac, which is what's taking the lead here. Who is the boss as far as what action do we take to separate moon opposition Mars, to separate and break up, break away, end a certain situation in your life. Monday, the moon's day on February 24th, we still have the moon in her detriment, and the moon makes a sextile aspect to Mercury in Pisces, a sextile aspect of opportunity to Saturn in Pisces. The moon in Capricorn makes an earth trine flow to Uranus in Taurus, and then a sextile to Neptune in Pisces. So with these favorable aspects, there is at least the opportunity, the cosmic energy, to start to feel better about what it is that you know you must do, which is, if there's no love, bye-bye, you're gone. Tuesday, February 25th, we are now in the dark balsamic moon phase. We are right before, a couple days before the new moon in Pisces, when that inner reflective going within and paying attention very closely to your intuition, what your feelings are telling you. It's not the time to physically try to push through a situation. It's about being more in touch with getting balanced as far as how you feel and what you must do. The moon today is in the sign of Aquarius, fixed air Aquarius, and makes a conjunction to Pluto now in Aquarius. Mercury makes a conjunction to Saturn in Pisces. The moon in Aquarius makes a sextile aspect of opportunity to Venus in Aries, her detriment. And then the moon in Aquarius makes an air trine flow to Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter being in its detrimental placement. The cosmic energy on this day is having a change, or at least the beginning stages as far as a mindset, how you're thinking, and also how you're feeling, with Mercury conjunct Saturn, which Saturn says, no, stop doing this, to not only your mind, but also to how you're feeling. Now, the potential here, right before the new moon, is to really contemplate, pray, reflect on just what the situation in your life, how it has taken a toll on you when you are suffering unnecessarily, but also, and I'll probably say this 10 more times in this podcast, when you are keeping yourself in a situation, no matter what it is, where you know there's no love here. Wednesday, Mercury's day, February 26th, we still have the moon in fixed air Aquarius and the moon in fixed air Aquarius makes a sextile aspect of opportunity to Chiron the wounded healer in Aries. First sign of the zodiac, the baby. Aries is I am, all accepting of itself, no judgment of itself. I have arrived. Aries, this is me, the one-of-a-kind, unique individual, as everybody is, totally happy and thrilled to be here. There's nothing like the enthusiasm and the spirit of an Aries, bold and confident and hasn't learned fear yet. And also, Aries is just all about the love, expects to be love. The wonderful thing about Aries and their child innocence is that no matter how many times they've been burned and let down, Aries, with the heart of the newborn, innocent child, takes a chance and will love again. The confidence, Aries, of, yes, of course, I'm supposed to be happy, and I expect to love and be loved. Thursday, February 27th, Jupiter's day, we have the new moon at 9 degrees Pisces, ruled by Jupiter. So when the sun and the moon, they line up together, the moon is filling up with the light and power and awareness of the sun as we are preparing to take the new moon action. The moon will be increasing in light. She's pregnant again. She's going to wax and grow towards fullness, fertility, abundance, especially with the moon in Pisces ruled by Jupiter. With the new moon in Pisces, what do you want to be filled up and fertile, pregnant with? Pisces, I believe. New moon in Pisces is I believe and trusting. Trusting in the cosmos, trusting in yourself, trusting in beauty, trusting in creativity. All things Piscean. Where is this new moon in Pisces taking place in your personal astrology chart? That will give you further awareness of what and how this new moon in Pisces, how it's going to manifest in your life. Having faith in yourself, believing in yourself, trusting yourself. On the day of this new moon, the moon in Pisces is making a square aspect to its ruler, Jupiter in Gemini. If your emotions and your mind are scattered all over the place, so much to think about, so much to process, with the moon square Jupiter, this is yet another reason why at the time of the new moon, we don't want to try to physically push or force a situation. It's more about the going within, sorting it out from within first. Friday, Venus's day, February 28th, we have our spectacular planetary parade and all of these lights in the sky on Venus's day. What they are gifting us with is the moon still in Pisces, making a conjunction to Saturn in Pisces. This is the awareness where you have been lying to yourself the whole time. The whole planetary parade is lining up in support of you and shining these lights for you as a spectacular, very rare lineup, as we chatted about, to show, to highlight that this moon in Pisces making a conjunction to Saturn in Pisces. Saturn that says, stop. It's all been a lie. You've been fooling yourself, deluding yourself. You really don't feel this way. They don't really feel how you assumed that they feel. This is a lot of emotion, but now we're bringing in the planet Saturn, the greater malefic. Saturn not only is the reality check, but Saturn rules over time. The moon conjunct Saturn in Pisces is Saturn saying, stop. Do you really want to waste more of your precious, precious time in a situation, a person, career, where your heart's not in it? There is no love here. It is time, Saturn, to stop fooling yourself, to stop lying to yourself. The planetary parade spectacular is showing all of us, look at the bigger picture. Take a pause for a moment. Look at the scope. Consider the scope of your whole life and what you have been doing to yourself by wasting precious time. Pisces ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter at its best is about increase. It grows things or wants to grow things. Jupiter is also gratitude. The more we say thank you, the more we are grateful for it all, the more things grow. Jupiter is very often referred to as Santa Claus. Santa Claus wanting to bestow blessings, to give you gifts. When we grow things, when things increase, then we share. There's more than enough for everyone. So the overflow of the Jupiterian Santa Claus component, Christmas time, it's a banquet. Everybody gets to be filled up and happy and joyful. Jupiter is also about comedy and seeing the humor and laughter in life, just the happiness, joyful factor. When we have Jupiter at its best, it's not just about, well, it's just for me. It's also what we're giving back, what we are sharing. Jupiter often being referred to as Santa Claus. You want to spend Christmas alone? Jupiter often referred to as Thanksgiving, a banquet. You want to spend Thanksgiving alone? I mean, name your holiday, name your social occasion of celebration and joy and sharing. Do you really want to spend them alone? Do you want to just be alone, period? Well, where there is no love, you're alone. You could be in the middle of a crowd. You're alone. The moon in Pisces conjunct Saturn, and Saturn does not play. It's the realist, is basically saying, stop this now. You're wasting precious time being alone and lonely. Saturday, Saturn's day, we have Venus in her detriment of Aries, stationing retrograde. The moon is also in cardinal fire Aries, making a conjunction to Venus in Aries. Venus and Mars are the two lovers. We all have a divine marriage within ourselves. We have Venus and Mars, the masculine and the feminine energy, bringing those two energies into balance. There is a time to connect to the Mars energy, the male principle. There is also a time to connect to the feminine, the Venus energy. When we have that divine inner marriage, the divine conjunction, when that inner marriage, meaning we are married to ourselves first, when we have that balance and that free flow of when to act, when to trust, that is what this Venus and Mars in signs of the zodiac that are so different, Mars in a feminine, Venus in a masculine. What this is highlighting for us is Mars takes things away. Venus trusts that something better is on the way, always. So we tend to not like things taken away from us. We tend to fight that and be in conflict about it, sometimes go to war about it. This is Mars, the warrior. Venus at her best is, I'm just going to be happy and feel good and see the love and laughter and joy. But also with Venus at her best, it's about that knowing that something more beautiful is coming into your life. To have Venus and Mars retrograde, stationing direct, in signs of the zodiac where it doesn't know how to behave, it doesn't know what to do, how to act. This is being highlighted for us at this time so that we can learn and have it come more into our awareness that when something is taken away, Mars, trust and believe. Venus is exalted in Pisces. Trust and believe it's because something more beautiful and better is being attracted into your life. So this is the Venus and Mars all wanky all over the place, and what the heck is going on? Don't know how to trust, don't know how to act. What is happening here? So when we have this inner marriage between Venus and Mars, masculine and feminine, taking action, trusting, when we have this highlighted for us by the cosmos and we have to wait it out, people don't like to wait, we're very impatient, and we have to take a pause, so to speak, and wait until the planetary energies and alignments change. This is for your benefit. as far as where in your life, how in your life do you fight, battle, beat yourself up, are in conflict because you won't let something be taken away from you. You won't let it go. And also, where do you start wars and conflict? Venus in Aries, her detriment, because you just don't trust and know and feel that something more beautiful is coming into your life. The Venus in Aries is wanting to start battles. It's a warrior in the domain of Venus, which is just all about feeling beautiful and wanting to create beauty. When something is taken away, when Venus is favorably placed, Venus might say, oh, well, I'll just go get a mani-pedi, do some shopping, feel beautiful, and, this will pass. Something better is being attracted into my life. This is, a Venus exalted in Pisces, or Venus at home in, Libra or Taurus. Something more beautiful is on the way. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to pick a fight or, start a conflict because it was time for it to go. Venus at her best, she knows and trusts, well, my husband Mars, he's going to bring me something great, something more beautiful. When Mars, again, is not in a strong placement, then not taking action when the action should be taken, meaning stop wasting time, stop lying to yourself, stop keeping yourself in a situation, job, relationship where there is no love, where there is no growth. Venus and Mars are up close personal planets. They're not the outer generational, more slow moving planets where changes take place over more time. Mercury, Venus, Mars, these are up close and personal as it gets to you in your private personal life. So I hope you make the effort to go see this planetary parade spectacular. And also, the best way to describe what this is all about is better to eat bitter bread in a house where there is love than to sit at a banquet and feast in a mansion where there is no love. Thank you, everyone. Have a fabulous week. I will see you all in the stars.